How you doing? You alright?
I'm doing well, you?
Yeah, good. Sorry, I was just having a little sip of tea.
Yeah, good, man. I'm about to do the same.
Cheers to that. Whereabouts are you at the moment?
I'm in Nashville right now at my house, yeah.
It's not a bad place to live, considering the music that you play.
Absolutely, yeah, man. It's a great place to live for sure.
We're really happy to be speaking to you. I mean, Andrew, who's the CEO of Music Talkers, he absolutely thinks you're brilliant. He watched you at C2C in March, actually, because he had to review it. So it's nice to have you on, and thank you for joining us.
My pleasure, man.
In terms of your musical life and your musical career, what age did you start writing music?
You know, I really started kind of playing and writing. I would have been about 21, 20, something like that. I started in college kind of late, but man, once I learned to play a little bit, write a little bit, that's kind of all I wanted to do. So I dove in head first.
Did you start playing guitar first?
I was playing basketball at the time. So you're on campus the whole winter break. Like, you don't get to go home for, Christmas, really. So it's a lot of killing time when you're not in practice. And that's where I learned to play guitar, just sitting in front of a computer like this. And just as soon as I could play a little bit, I started trying to write songs. And I just kind of stuck with it, man. I've always had a passion for songs, and I love it. And, that's just kind of morphed into what I get to do on a day-to-day basis.
Which is a great feeling, I'm sure. What about influences? Because I was looking before and I listened to your music and I interview some people and they are like influenced by artists within the same genre that they write, and some just aren't at all. What about you?
Yeah, man, I grew up on all kind of different stuff. I mean, country music was kind of the default setting, but, I really loved alternative music in the 90s and grew up on a lot of that. Grew up around rap music, here in the South and playing basketball and like Americana. That's kind of what I like to listen to when I'm just sort of recreationally listening to is kind of that side of country music. I just like getting on my New Music Friday or whatever and just listening to new stuff, whether it's pop or rock or country. My thing with influences is like I just try not to overtly try to sound like somebody that you like.
Yeah.
Then, you do it long enough, you figure out that who you are and who you like are not necessarily the same things. There's a little bit might wear off on you, but for me, that was a big thing. Was kind of learning that who I am and who I like are different, but that's okay and that's good.
I always ask people this. I find it very interesting in regards to what you just said there. If you could collaborate with absolutely any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh man, dead or alive? I don't know, man. So many. It'd be great to. I would say somebody like Prince, but he'd probably play me off the stage. Earl Haggard would be unbelievable, from the country world. I can think of a million. Taylor Swift would be fun. Some of her stuff I really like. I could go on and on, man, for sure.
When I was asked to speak to you, I'll be honest, I'd probably only heard one song. So I did a little bit more research, I like to be prepared, and I was looking on Spotify, and the first thing backdated in terms of uploads was A River Through It. But then I realised, looking on Wikipedia and things like that, you had a couple more studio albums, so like The Sound and Story and Festival Blues.
Yeah, man, I made those records myself back before I had a deal, really before I moved to Nashville, when I was still just trying to get anywhere in a van and trailer and play music. And so those were earlier projects that, my record label was nice enough to let me keep one of them up, from back in the day, which is cool.
That's sort of what I was going to ask, if those earlier albums, if they were released by yourself or if they were released via a record company.
I worked hard to pay for it, taking out loans and having my grandma co-sign so that I could go make a record and hopefully make the money back. Luckily did. None of that stuff really popped off, but it paid for itself and it kept me playing music for a job for a long time. So that was exciting. It was fun times, man. Now things are different, and my job's different in a lot of ways. But I wouldn't go back. I don't know. I want to go back to those days, but I sure loved them at the time.
Over the years, did you do the old playing covers in bars sort of thing?
Yeah, man, I did. I always played original music though, even when I was playing covers, and I probably shouldn't have, but I did, man. I had a passion for it, and I wanted to get my songs out there so people could hear them, and that was kind of what I did for a long time. And I would just play shows that was mainly my own original music, and then I moved to Nashville finally, and we throw some covers in on the sets, but we're playing our own music, so
yeah,
that was kind of the dream for sure.
One thing I wanted to ask you, because especially Andrew, and then I know a few other people that are really into country music in this country, in the UK. How do you find UK crowds compared to the US crowds?
I love it, man. The UK crowds, when I was over there for C to see. People just really leaning in to pay attention and catch every word and watch the show. And I'd always heard that country music was huge overseas, and man, it was very true. But I love how engaged that the crowds are over in Europe and over in the UK, and that's really special, man. You know, because that's what you want. You just want to make music that people care about, that they will pay attention to, and it'll make their night more fun, and it'll make their whatever their day better when they hear it or whatever. And that's what makes it so fun on headed over to y'all's side of the world.
You're coming back over again quite soon, aren't you?
End of October, yeah. We'll be back in the UK. Me and my buddy LV Shane, we're headed that way to play some music, man. It's going to be so much fun.
Are you coming with a band or just on your own?
We'll do it like sort of, it won't be a full band. It'll be kind of like singer-songwriter kind of vibe, which will be a lot of fun. Which, I love doing. You know, we play full band shows quite a bit, and man, I love doing it, but there's something really freeing about getting over and just you and a guitar, just you and a couple guitars, and playing the songs the way that I wrote most of them. And I always love to hear artists do that, and so I look forward to doing it myself. Me
and Andrew are coming over to see you in Manchester because we live quite near Manchester. Quite glad we're doing this though over Zoom because I'm like 5'5" and you're 6'7". That's right, isn't it? But we'll hopefully catch you then. Another thing I just wanted to ask, you released Man Made earlier in the year. So is that from an upcoming album or an EP or anything?
It'll be an upcoming project for sure. We got new music in the pipeline. Nowadays, music gets released in such a digital way that plans change a lot more than they used to. I got a bunch of new music that I'm really excited about. We'll have it all out soon, but some really soon. So pumped about that. It'll be cool.
A couple more things to ask you, if you don't mind. I'd like to do a little quick fire.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about Matt Stell's favourite food.
My favourite food is anything my grandma's cooking. She's the best.
Good answer. Favourite colour?
Black.
Same. Favourite country?
Besides the one I live in, I would say the UK. Yeah.
Another great answer.
Yeah.
Favourite hobby?
Golf. I love to play golf.
Do you? I'm so bad at it. And what is Matt Stell's pet hate?
I try to stay pretty chill for the most part, but maybe people that drive on their phones.
Thanks a lot for talking to us. And the Music Talk is one thing that we do like to really give people like yourself a platform to do, is to say whatever it is you want to your fans. What would you like to say to any fan that could be listening to this?
First, say thanks, and second, say I can't wait to see you when we get back on y'all side of the world, man. Got a bunch of new music, and everything kind of that we do is geared towards a live show, and even when it'll just be like kind of an acoustic stripped down thing, man, we still rock out pretty hard, My radio singles are a little on the softer side, but the rest of my stuff's not at all. So, come see us. We'll be glad to see you.
Well, Matt, it's been really good to talk to you, and, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you in October in Manchester. And when you see a little 5'5" guy dressed in black that looks like me, well, that's me.
I love it. I can't wait to have a pint.
Yeah, no, indeed. Same here. And yeah, thanks very much. I'll see you then. And great to talk to you.
Yes, sir. See you.
Cheers. Thank you.